birdies, I'm Sunshine Flying, you can call me Tia, and today we are working on the FountainView Penthouse in San Myshuno. So this is one of the last apartments to renovate in this particular district. I believe it is the Spice District, but it might be the Arts at one. I can't remember for sure. But it is one of the last ones to work on, and at first I wasn't going to do the penthouses, but then I decided, what the heck, let's just do each district, and eventually at the end of this series, we're going to go through and actually have renovated every single apartment in San Myshuno, and actually a few of the community lots as well. The video coming up after this is actually going to be another community lot, and the spa that I did a couple of weeks ago is also one of the community lots in San Myshuno. So really overall, I'm giving all of San Myshuno a pretty big makeover, and I'm pretty happy with how it all turns out in the end, and I'm kind of really liking this series, and I think what I'm going to do once San Myshuno is done is we're going to head over to Evergreen Harbor and do the exact same thing with every single lot. And slowly but surely, I think it's going to turn into kind of my own save file, but every single lot will be done. We are going to renovate all the lots that exist, and we are going to build on the lots that are empty. And that's going to kind of guide all of the videos I do in terms of my Renovation Wednesdays and then my Build Fridays. And if you have any ideas or requests or suggestions for other builds that I could do, or any particular community lots you would like to see, please let me know in the comments down below. On stream the other day, I was talking about this with some folks, and one of the things that I will be doing on stream, I built a bookstore, and that will not actually end up being on my YouTube. Right now, my editing skills just aren't quite up to par to edit a whole bunch of hours of Twitch stream content. I talk too much, and it's just a lot of editing to do. So that actually will not be making its way to YouTube, at least anytime soon. Maybe if I can hire somebody to edit that a little bit down the road, once I bring in a little bit more money from Twitch, I will be able to do that. But in the meantime, I will be working on other videos that I can upload. And one of those is actually going to be a library. And what I want to do is make a modern day library, and I will kind of get on my soapbox a little for that, because I am a librarian, and one of the things I want to do is actually make a library using a lot of parts of the Sims game that I don't think a lot of folks actually think about as being library items. For example, the maker stuff that we got with the Eco Living pack, which we'll see a lot of in Evergreen Harbor. And I know you're probably thinking, those don't belong in libraries. Libraries are for books and computers. And yes, traditionally in The Sims, that's where they've ended up. But I can tell you firsthand, as somebody whose job it is to teach people how to 3D print in libraries, like, libraries are more than that. And so I want to make a real, genuine, modern day library in The Sims. So that will be one of the videos coming up among many, many others. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, we are just going to keep renovating in San Myshuno. Both the residential lots and the community lots. So we finished up the bathroom. I put a ton of greenery all over. I really tried to go with a lot more deep colors and a lot more bright colors for this space. I noticed that a lot of the renovations that I had done recently had tons of pastel colors, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but I really wanted to mix it up. Especially because brick was such a heavy influence with this build. I really wanted to carry that heavier tone through. That's not to say that there isn't going to be any light colors in here. The windows are light colored. We'll see a lot more pastels in the bedroom. But we really went with some heavier colors in the kitchen and around the building. Now, the inspiration I took for this particular penthouse was Artist Loft. And I've actually renovated this apartment a lot. This was probably the dozenth or so time that I've actually renovated this lot. And every single time I do it somewhat the same and a little bit differently. But I'm really happy with how it turned out this time. I don't think I've ever quite done it this way before. And I struggled a lot with the couches this time around. And I've never quite done it like this before in terms of where I put the bedroom and the bathroom. I don't think I've ever done 2 bathrooms in it before, but I always put the hobby room off on the side, but I've never done as many plants outside, and by as many, you will see it is basically a florist's dream, and I did that on purpose because I put the flower arranging table outside, and if you watch my streams, you know that I am not typically a gameplay simmer. I almost always and almost exclusively build. So gameplay is very, very new to me. And what I've been trying to do is branch out, do a lot more gameplay, and also build for a lot of different gameplay styles. So this room has a bunch of different like craft type things, but I also tried to have some outdoors as well. So there's a beekeeping station. We'll have a floral arranging station, and we will have tons and tons of flowers. Now, most of them will be decorative, and that was just because I wanted to look like whoever lived here was already well into doing their flower growing. However, part of the outdoor area is also going to have a bunch of flower beds where they can grow their own. And then as you're playing, you can start to expand the flower growing area to eventually be all flower beds and no artificial flowers. But that being said, if you wanted to remove the flower arranging station and just have it be like a floral oasis, like, be my guest. I had a lot of fun organizing and arranging everything outside. Just kind of going overboard using tons of flowers and plants that I hadn't used before, because I tend to stick to the same like 5 or 6 different plants, usually because I tend to put them indoors and there are only so many that you can use inside. But I really, really had a lot of fun placing them, trying a whole bunch of new ones, and just seeing, you know, what the game had to offer. That being said, I kind of wish we had a little bit more variety that were in between sizes, not super huge and not super tiny. But it works, and I really like how green and bright and vibrant that back patio is. And now on this other side off the kitchen, I really had some fun placing rope lights. I do end up raising them up a little bit just so they are a little higher. It still looks a little funny given that the windows are floor to ceiling, but I raised them as much as I could without it looking funky with the edge walls. And now this is more of like a lounge area where there will be some tables. I play with some angles and stuff as well to make it a little bit more interesting. But overall, it's just kind of meant for like an artist, maybe single artist, somebody who's just like casually seeing someone. It's not really meant to be a family space. I don't really know if you could turn it into a family space, but you know, you're welcome to give it a try. The room is pretty bare bones just because I feel like whoever lives here is probably going to hang out other places of the penthouse more often than they would hang out in this bedroom. So, but I did my best. I put a little bit of seating, relaxation space with a bookshelf, and now that I think about it, I don't know if I actually put a computer in here. Yeah, I did. I put it over by the couch and the TV. But it's just It's a pretty bare bones basic bedroom. I wasn't loving how a bunch of the curtains were showing up, so I just kind of put that one there along the side. Kind of imagine that you could pull it to cover the rest of the window, just because it clipped with the side table and the 4-poster bed. But had a little reading nook, the rug, paintings, but it's a pretty bare bones bedroom. And so just gonna hop into some screenshots here. I just moved a sim in. The post is supposed to go next to that lamp, but it looks all off on its own with these screenshots because the post disappeared when I did walls cutaway, so my apologies for that. But overall, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I like the contrast of colors, the lights and the darks, the painted brick, and I hope you like it too. If you like it, please, I would love it if you'd give it a comment, give it a thumbs up, if you'd subscribe if you haven't already, and share with all of your friends. I really do appreciate all of your support on this video and all of my others. If you like this video, I drop renovation videos every Wednesday on my channel, and I drop build videos every Friday. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have a very, very awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.